Hey YouTube, this is your girl 1569 coming to you with another video. Yeah, it's been probably like a month or two since I came out with my last video in regards to when you have a house fire and what you know the um, the information is that you would need. When you get a public adjuster and you're dealing with your insurance company. But first, I want to thank all my subscribers, new and old, for subscribing to my channel. Please leave your comments at the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. Click the notification bell. That will give you notification every time I come out with a video. Um, so I think my last video, I had discussed my situation when I had a house fire and what we needed to get the process started. So I just want to touch a little bit on the what a public adjuster does and what my process was. So a public adjuster is the advocate for you when dealing with the insurance company. I'm sorry, the glare from my light is hitting my glasses, so just excuse that from me. The public adjuster facilitates or advocate for the homeowner in regards to what they're entitled to in their insurance policy, their homeowner's insurance policy. I'm going to tell you my situation just briefly. I think I spoke about it before, but I'm going to tell you what the process was with us. So, quickly, when my fire took place, the uh, insurance adjuster came and said that, this damage is about $1 million. I mentioned to you, my father went berserk behind that, but then he kind of knew what I was doing behind the scenes. So, we were good. Okay. Now, with the public adjuster, once you hire a public adjuster, you have no communication with your homeowner's insurance. The public adjuster is the person that will talk to the insurance on your behalf. Okay. Now, there's three things that your insurance policy should have. Okay, and this is just some that I'm just giving you informative information. You're supposed to have um, your structure amount, your personal items, personal property. Okay, so let me reiterate what personal property is. Personal property is things that if you were to turn your house over, shake it out, whatever falls on the ground is personal property. Okay, so that's your personal property. Also, if you're displaced, your insurance policy should have a clause in it that will allow monies to be spent on housing for you for a whole year while your house is being renovated. Okay. Also, in that part, they're also supposed to be monies for rental of furniture, you know, um, also that as well. And also in the very beginning, when the fire takes place, they're also supposed to have monies set aside for hotel stays. Okay, so that is, I forgot what they call it, but that is part, that should be a part of your policy. Okay, I just want to give you a side note. Um, with my policy, we've been with this insurance company for so many years, right? And as you go along, things add, you start to add things in your house and this, that, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I always stress this. Anytime you make any renovations to your house, you got to really let the insurance company know, you know, I'm not talking about like you buying a refrigerator, or if you renovate your kitchen, they're going to ask you on that survey, did you do any repairs and things like that. You have to disclose those things because what they're going off of is what you had previously and not what you have now, right? So I just want to put that out there. Also, if you have art, right? If you have rare pieces of art, um, you really need another policy to cover that. Because what happened to us is we had a lot of art and they valued it and we got penalized for it because we should have had a writer or a what do you call it, a supplement, right, to offset the art that we had in our house. So they penalized us, for not getting that. So that's a very important thing. They don't cover jewelry, so that is another thing, another policy that you should really have. Your watches, anything of value, you really should have an additional policy, not from them, but from, because they might not insure jewelry, we don't know, right? But another policy for just your jewelry. Okay, so moving forward, they facilitate with the insurance company, so you have no contact with the insurance company. Okay, I think if I'm not mistaken, we paid 6%. So here's how the 6% thing work. In order for the public adjuster to get paid, when the insurance company pays out, they take their cut off the top, right? And whatever is left is yours. Okay. All right. So let me tell you what the process was. The process was a mitigation company came in, they boarded up the house. The public adjuster came and he went through everything through the house. We took our personal stuff. So whatever personal stuff that has not been affected, you need to take that stuff with you. All my pocketbooks I had took with me. They were damaged a little bit. They were damaged because, smoke and soot and stuff like that. But I had all my receipts for all the pocketbooks that I had, all the bag charms. I mean, like just my clothes, all those things, my sneakers and stuff like that. I've always had receipts for them. That's especially my pocketbooks. I always had receipts for them. So when they came, they went through the house and took all the pictures of what was destroyed and stuff like that. A lot of stuff was destroyed. I mean, a lot of stuff was in my yard. So every day I would go and I would pick out all the items that I knew was salvageable, right? Okay. So once they've took all the pictures and things like that, now they go back to the insurance company and let them know, these are the things that were destroyed. What the insurance company does also, they get their people to come in and go through our stuff, because you want to make sure that the public adjuster's pictures and stuff matches what the insurance company's, I'm going to say mitigate. It's not a mitigation company, but they get independent people to come in and go through all the items that were damaged. So it has to match up. For us, a lot of our stuff was actually melted down because the fire happened in the basement. And again, a lot of our stuff were in the basement. A lot of our basement was a storage unit. Let's put it that way. So a lot of our stuff was kind of melted down. So a lot of stuff they couldn't determine, watch it, Bandit. A lot of stuff they couldn't determine what it was. So we had to let them know, hey, this is pool equipment. This is the automated pool cleaner. This is that, or whatever. Because we knew, Bandit, we knew what the item was. Okay. Now, they come in, the public adjuster comes in, and they take a tally of all the stuff that was in the house, and that takes them probably like a whole week. It took us like about a whole week for them to come in and write down all the items that are destroyed, everything. We must have had 72 pages of of just stuff, you know. Okay, so once they do that, the insurance company, Bandit, the insurance company, also have their people take a tally of all the stuff we had. Sometimes things didn't match up, but for the most part, they did. Okay. Once they've done that, now what they do is they go online and see how much things are worth. You're not going to get the full value of the items. You're just not going to do that, right? Certain items you will get the full value because with us, a lot of the items that we purchased, they were fairly new as well, right? So they come up with a figure for each item. Now you have certain items that depreciate. You know, your item's going to depreciate. So what they did was they told us what the insurance company is going to pay for. So now this is where the negotiation come in at. And I'm only talking about personal property. The structure was already set in stone. And I'm going to also discuss the structure, how they came up with the structure amount. So with the personal property, a lot of my stuff, my Louis Vuitton stuff, I had receipts for. So I was able to get a decent amount of money for the items that were destroyed. I mean, I had Tory Burch sandals, brand new sandals. I had like a bin full of those. I had Ralph Lauren jackets and things like that, you know, that was destroyed, you know. Again, I just had a lot of designer stuff. And half of the stuff I never showed you guys in my videos, but I had a lot of things that were actually destroyed, but I had receipts for them. So for me, I was able to recoup not the total amount, but a good amount of money for my items. Okay. So that's what they did. So I had like they gave us like, it was like an actual book of all the items that we had that they tallied up and they determined how much the insurance company is going to pay for. And here's the thing. The insurance company is not going to give you the exact amount of what it is. They're going to come in and say, hey, but this is, you bought this 2 years old, 3 years ago. We're going to depreciate it, right? So you got to also understand that process as well. Okay, so once they've done that, the mitigation company comes in because you can't touch anything once the investigation is over. Once the tally has been done, once everybody has agreed on what they're going to pay out, the mitigation company will come in. The mitigation company is the company that comes in. They board up the place, and also they start to tear down the walls and start to gut the place out, okay? And they start to pick up all the personal property that was in the yard. You know, they start to pick up all of that, bag it up, and take it away. Okay. Now, let's talk about the structure. So, my house is like 100 and something years old. My house was built in 1910. So my house was not renovated at all. I mean, we did renovations here and there. So with my public adjuster, they knew like the back of their hand how to move forward with the insurance company as far as the insurance company nickel and diming us, right? And this is what I want to explain to you guys. You got to get a good public adjuster that knows it like the back of their hand. And my public adjuster knew it like the back of their hands. He also educated us. They also have a YouTube channel that they educate the public, right? So, I'll just tell you one situation. So with us, because my house is it was very old. My house walls were, what do you call it? Plaster. My walls were plastered. It wasn't sheetrock. And what they explained to us is that with plaster, you get more money than sheetrock. And we didn't know that. And they used that to our advantage. Again, they wanted to nickel and dime us. And the reason why they wanted to nickel and dime us is because they couldn't understand. They couldn't believe that we insured the house for 1.7 million. They couldn't understand that. So once they knew that we dot our I's and cross our T's and we was very truthful and honest on what it was, they tried to nickel and dime us. But my public adjuster was so smart, just amazing, knew what to do, knew how to do it. You understand? Got the lawyers, they got their own lawyers and things like that to kind of uh, help us move forward, because again, they're gonna, when you look at the public adjusters, they're gonna come out on top, because whatever monies that we're getting to rebuild our house, they get a percentage. They get like 5 to 6%, right? They get 6% on the personal property. They get 6% on the structure. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I mean, they're coming out, with a decent amount of money, So of course they're going to work for that, because we told them, hey, you got to show us that you're worth 6%. He was like, no, 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 I'm going to show you I'm worth 6%, which they did. So I was very happy with that process with them, and let me tell you something, the insurance company, we're already, this happened in 2022. We're already in 2025. And the insurance company still owe us money. Can you imagine? They owe us our depreciation money, because what it is that, when you have a fire, you're not going to buy back the items that you had that was 20 years ago. You're not going to do that, right? So what the insurance company does is, and this is something that I want people to understand, when they pay you for the structure, they hold back. I'm sorry. When they pay you for your personal property, they hold back. We'll say, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, right. When they pay you for your personal property, they hold back a percentage, and that's called the depreciation value. So, for example, say you bought a fridge 5 years ago that was $2,300, right? And 5 years ago, the depreciation already, so it's 2,300. Now it's about, we'll say, 1,500. No, say the fridge now went up in price, right? Say the fridge went up in price. Say the fridge is 2,500 now. No, let me do it differently. Say the fridge was $1,500 5 years ago, and now you need to buy a fridge, right? So the fridge is now $2,500. That depreciation amount would be $1,000, because now the fridge is $2,500. You understand what I'm saying? So that money you would kind of get. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever you buy moving forward, you have to show them the receipts that, hey, I've purchased this and I want the difference back. And that's exactly what it would be, the difference back, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So that depreciation amount would be something that that you would get, right? So you have to submit all your receipts for whatever you have. And again, my house is very empty from what it was, we'll say, 6 years ago, right? So a lot of stuff, and public adjuster knows that you're not going to buy back the same things that you had, because it's impossible. You can't, those are things that you've accumulated through the years, right? So my depreciation amount was very low. Now, my my personal property limit, the limit was 799,000, close to 800,000. We never even got that amount of money. We got like way less than that, way less. So, and then they're supposed to still give us the depreciation amount, right? We didn't get a lot of money back with our personal property, because again, their job is to make money, not to spend money, and they're gonna nickel and dime you for everything, right? So you're not gonna get what you insured your stuff for. You're just not gonna get it, right? Okay, so that's kind of where that is. Okay, so let me go back to the mitigation company. So once the mitigation company guts out the house, it's an empty shell, right? Now we're looking for a construction company to come in and kind of decide how we're going to move forward and things like that. So where we went wrong at is we use a construction company that the public adjuster suggested, right? And we kind of, we just wanted to get the process started. So we went with them, and that was the worst experience ever with them. So my suggestion is, and the reason why we went with them is because other construction companies, we needed an architect to come in and lay out the plan, right? Some construction companies in my area, they don't have that service. So the reason why we went with this particular construction company, because they dealt with an architect. They deal with fire. They deal with fire, right? Construction. So we needed to get an architect to come in and lay out the plans and tell us the codes, what we can and cannot do when it comes down to the city codes, because, you have to follow the city codes. And some construction companies in my area, they don't even have they don't even have an architect. They don't have. So my construction companies specialize in fire damage. They specialized in that. So they had all the bells and whistles that we needed to get it going. So that's how come we kind of went with them. But moving forward, always kind of do independent searches for construction company. We did it too. We kind of interviewed about 6 people to come, construction companies to come and kind of tell us what we needed. And the first thing they said to us, "Where's the plans?" We said, "What plans?" And they said, "The plans for, the architecture plans." "Well, you don't have that?" And they said, "No, we don't do that." So that scratches them off, right? So we kind of needed someone that had all of the services within the company to kind of, help us move forward, or whatever the case may be. So again, when we look at the public adjuster, they are just something that I recommend people to get, period, because you want to make sure you're maximizing, you're maximizing your money, because you pay homeowners insurance, and again, the homeowners insurance, they, well, the insurance company, they're in the business of making money, not losing money. You know what I'm saying? Not losing money. So it's good to have the public adjuster to, you know, advocate for you. And that's exactly what they do. They advocate for you for the insurance company. And they're very serious, because if you don't, if they don't pay out, they don't make money, right? So, but yeah, so the process was just, great for us with the public adjuster. And once we got everything going, we just started getting a lot of emails from the public adjuster by a step-by-step process. So again, they kind of educated us on what we need to do, how to move forward, and they're there with you from start to finish. That's how they are, from start to finish. I'm still dealing with them because they're trying to get my depreciation money that I'm entitled to from the insurance company. So yeah, so kind of that's what a public adjuster would do. And yeah, so the because here's the thing: you had a fire, very devastating, traumatizing. You've lost all your personal belongings, and then you still have to go to work, right? You still have to make ends meet. You're displaced, things like that. So when you have a public adjuster, you don't have to worry about those things, because you have someone there kind of taking you by the hand step by step. So you don't have to worry about certain things, right? When it comes down to rebuilding your life and rebuilding your house, right? So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. I hope I was kind of um, informative when it comes down to like what a public adjuster does and things like that. So my next video, I will kind of I got some stuff from I got some designer stuff that I wanted to kind of do an unboxing, but it's not truly an unboxing. But in my next video, I'll do that. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit and tell you what public adjusters do, and why it's good to have one and things like that, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so until next time, I want you to have a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed and be safe. Until next time.